Hey everybody, it's Fernando and I am back with another video. Today I have a special guest with me, my good friend Kaitlyn. I work with Kaitlyn and she is the sweetest person that I know. Everybody loves Kaitlyn, everybody wants to be around Kaitlyn, and so we decided, we've been planning this for weeks, but we decided we were going to have a movie day.
I kept canceling.
She kept canceling before, and now she finally, I told her that if she canceled on me one more time we were breaking up. So we're doing this now. We already ate. We ate burritos and we watched a scary movie. The Super is what it was, and it was pretty good. It was kind of like The Sixth Sense, but with murder, kind of. And now we're about to make bath bombs. So I wanted you to join us while we do this. And we have all of our stuff out. And Kaitlyn actually makes soap. She's a soap maker, and we're gonna make a bath bombs first, and then we're gonna make soaps. And so we wanted you guys to join us. So I hope you enjoy the show, and we'll go ahead and get started. So Kaitlyn is going to weigh everything. The ingredients that I got them online. And so I'm gonna list the ingredients underneath the video. And then we'll tell you what they are as we go through. All right, so the first thing we need is 30 ounces of baking soda.
Oh, we need a lot.
Yeah.
It's getting in my mouth. Okay, alright.
So how many?
So we're at 24 right now. Just pour it in there.
Yeah.
How did you see that? Is that the crumbs from the box?
I hope so.
It's gotta be. Hold on.
It'll be fine. It's just for us anyway. We're not.
Look, just throw that in there too. Baking soda only helps it fizz.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay! I got rid of a box!
Now when you're doing this, you want to use a sifter. I couldn't find mine, so we're just...
You don't have to use a sifter.
We're not using a sifter. Kaitlyn says you don't...
Whisk it before you throw something on top of it.
Use a sifter.
You don't have to use a sifter.
All right.
It's only if you're doing like something super fine like a lush. And then because with the baking soda, whenever it gets chunked up like that, you just gotta whisk it to break it up like he's doing now.
So now we want 16 ounces of citric acid.
Okay. See how it's getting fine?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do it like leaning over it doing it, because then you'll inhale. Because it gets really powdery.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so now we need 2 ounces of SLSa.
2 ounces.
So we have 2 ounces of sodium lauryl sulfatate. I can't say that.
What is it? What? Okay. Sodium lauryl.
And this is supposed to make bubbles, to make it bubble up. So. All right.
That's good stuff. Let's get it.
2 ounces of that.
Never lean over the cup. Like, I'm not even leaning over it and it's getting in my mouth right now.
I can feel it in my nose and in my throat already.
You could wear an apron if you want to.
Yeah, you could wear an apron or...
I forgot my apron you made me for Christmas.
Yeah, I made her an apron for Christmas. And,
He said, pick out a fabric. I said, what? He said, pick out a fabric. I was like, well, I really like this one. He went back that night and bought it. And made me an apron for Christmas. It was great. Great stuff.
All right, so now we're mixing 2.7 ounces of cornstarch.
How many? 2.7.
2.7 here.
It's got me.
You really should be wearing
masks.
Face masks.
Yeah, because that mask will do this a lot.
Or work in a really ventilated area.
Oh! Apron! Wear an apron.
I just cleaned my house, so I'm gonna have to do it all over arguing.
I'm a hot mess.
Okay, so now we need 0.4 ounces clay of your choice. So here we have Indian healing clay. That sounds pretty neat.
I use it in my oatmeal soap for babies. It's really good for the skin.
Oh, actually, we can add the liquid coloring.
It has to go in with the oil.
Yeah, we'll do the liquid coloring.
Okay, because there's some that aren't shimmer. Well, a lot of these are shimmer.
Oh, so these are the dry powder colorants.
It's the mica. You can be able to buy them in big containers. These are just the sample sizes you get off of Amazon.
Yeah, they're really neat. But we had already picked out our colors before we started the video, and it's liquid. And so we're gonna actually add the liquid in just a minute.
Hands look great. Y'all, I never noticed how tall Fernando is next to me. It looks so
And
tiny.
I'm not tall, I'm 5'6".
I'm 5 foot.
She's really short. Now we need to melt 2.6 ounces.
Melt 2.6 ounces of the coconut oil?
Yes. I like to cook with coconut oil because it has a high burn temperature. So you can fry with it and cook food at really high temperature without the oil scorching. Okay, so now we have 2.6 ounces of coconut oil. So I'm going to go ahead and melt it in the microwave. So I've melted 2.6 ounces of coconut oil. So I'm going to mix that in here.
Go ahead. Don't do anything else.
Okay, so I screwed up. I shouldn't have mixed the oil directly into with the dry ingredients just yet. We want to mix up our wet ingredients before we put it in with the dry ingredients. So that, I'm sorry about that. So we're going to,
Polysorbate.
Kaitlyn's gonna get back in her station. And then I'm gonna stand over here and tell her what to do. Okay. Although she probably should be telling me what to do since I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix in Polysorbate 80.
Okay.
Polysorbate 80 is an emulsifier, and basically what that does is this allows the oils in the bath bomb to mix with the water. The last time I made this, I didn't have Polysorbate 80. That's when I was still learning how to make these. And when I tested it out, I took a bath with my bath bomb and it fizzed and all that stuff, and it was fun. But then once everything was done, the oil was pretty much just sitting on the top. It was just like a big oil slick. And it was actually kind of gross. So I got this, and so we're going to use this with it, and I think it'll make a better relaxing experience with our bath bombs. So perfect, right on the dot.
I got a good hand. So I think that because we have to mix them all together anyways, we go ahead and pour the coconut oil in here and then just rebalance it out and just keep adding on top of it, because then we just got to mix it up.
Okay.
Because you have to mix the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separate. Otherwise, like I said, it starts to immediately go ahead and activate within the mix, and then it makes little clumps. It will start, and it'll turn into like a gloopy mess. That's the term I like to use because it looks like very nasty. It looks like
0.4.
nasty stuff. This is a witch hazel.
Perfect. I just knew you were going to go over. Okay.
It didn't though.
So go ahead and let's stir that up.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in essential oil. So here I'm using Nature Soap All Souls Day. It smells really good. So I'm just going to put in a couple of drops.
This scent is actually what inspired us to do it earth because it smells so earthy.
Yeah, it does have an earthy smell to it.
Please keep that.
Crap.
It literally spooned right out. Ooh, it smells so earthy. It really does. It looks, oh wow. It smells like Mike and Ike's. I grew up on Mike and Ike's on Friday nights going to my dad's house on the weekends.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That was the candy I loved. I didn't like the orange ones that much.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that story with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
So you may have noticed me mixing it with a whisk earlier, but in this day and age, we put a man on the moon, so there's no reason to be using antiquated technology, so we're going to put this to use. We're going to mix in the liquid ingredients very slowly. So let me go ahead and start stirring it. Oh, it's coming out all right.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect consistency because you don't want to over blend it because then you'll start drying the mixture before you've actually molded it. Because it's going to dry and harden and you want to do it while it's still at a fine paste, like how it's sticking together. Versus like when Fernando goes like this with it and lets his hand out, it doesn't just turn into a sand like you see at the beach. It like sticks.
What we're going to do is we're going to split it.
God, it smells so good.
It does. It smells wonderful. We're going to split it and we're going to make one blue and the other green so we can do it. So I'm just going to reach on in here.
It doesn't smell like Mike and Ike's whenever it's on my hands. It smells like a beautiful sunrise.
All right, so this is it mixed up with the blue. Very pretty. It's going to be the water for the earth. So we're done with that. So now we're going to do the green for the earth.
Hey, that was a surprise.
Perfect. Such a pretty green. So here's the green. Smells so wonderful. So now it's time for the fun part. So we're going to clean up real quick and then we're going to actually put the bombs together. So we're going to go ahead and start forming the bath bombs. And I have two different types of molds. I have the aluminum molds, which are fine. It's just these have like a flat, they're flat on the sides and I don't care for that. It makes them look funny. I like them to be perfectly round. So I have these plastic ones. They actually look like Christmas ornaments, but these are specifically made for bath bombs. And they're perfectly round, and you put them in there, you mash them up, and then you open them and pull them out. And then I got this bubble wrap because we're going to sit them on top of this bubble wrap so that they don't get flat on the bottom, and we're going to let them rest and dry. But we're going to test one out also just to see how it works. I'm so excited, I cannot wait to see it. These are the tiny ones, tiny bath bomb molds. We're going to use those to test them out.
By the way, just a little trick here. Easter's coming up, so like the Easter eggs that your kids, you know, just like throw away or like break in half and you step on them later, you could be able to use those as molds as well if you wanted to, if you watched this video and you wanted to use his recipe.
That's a good idea. All right,
to make the ocean.
It was her idea to do the earth, so we're going to let her do it first and then we'll follow along.
Just kind of sprinkle it in there. Okay, make this earth. Woo! I like to pat it down to make sure it's packed tight. How much is the earth covered with water?
75%, 80%.
That's what I thought, yeah, so we need a lot. That's why we did the blue.
75%, something like that. It's a lot.
Okay, we're just gonna start packing that in there, right there. We got some earth. Okay, there you go.
Oh, very pretty.
That's a really actually cool thing to do with kids too, because this is such a fun thing that you could do with kids.
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun.
Where's the United States? We're not getting that technical. All right, so whenever you do this, you want to make sure that you pack it in there pretty tight. Leave a little seeping over, because what he's about to do right here, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm
So
putting
now she's gonna
some,
mash them together.
putting some green in the blue.
That's fine. Be all right.
So we could be able to make it closed. Yeah, it's closed.
So here's the earth bath bomb that Kaitlyn made. It's really pretty.
I love it. I let it sit to game, so like we'll do like 1 or 2 more, and when we get these and we run out, then unmold it, because
Okay, so
I don't want it to, it's a big bath bomb.
we're gonna leave Kaitlyn's in there for a minute. Let it dry a little bit, and then we'll take it out. So then I'm gonna go ahead and make one.
All right, this is gonna be the fast forward port. I'm just kidding. I love it. I made a unicorn bath bomb one time. It came out so pretty. It was like green, purple, pink, blue. It looked like a freaking unicorn.
Really?
Went all over it.
So we can just go ahead and start making them.
I just want to do a solid green one.
Okay. You can do half and
Oh
half.
no, you know what would be a good idea? Do an all green one. Okay. I didn't think this through. Hold on. Alright, do an all green one. Okay, see how I got it packed in there? Then take the inside out and put blue.
Oh.
Can you skip some blue in here? Oh, look at that cluster I just put.
Oops. I need a new camera.
I'll sell you mine.
What kind of camera is it?
D3400.
Is it like that?
No, it's
Is
big.
it a big camera?
It's big.
DSLR?
Yeah.
For how much? Does it have a articulating screen?
What does that mean?
A screen that... I'm negotiating with Kaitlyn. She wants to sell me her camera because I hate my camera.
I bought it because the reviews were good.
No, does the screen, you know how the screen flips up on this one? Or
No,
pops out?
I think it flips out
Oh, it does?
to the side.
Is it a video camera? Is it a camera like that?
It's a big camera.
It is?
I'll show you at work.
Okay.
I'll bring it in one day.
Cool. All right. Okay, so,
I was gonna say your earth looks so much better than mine, but that's super fun.
so we're gonna go ahead and undo this, but real quick, I want to tell you a story. So you probably noticed this awesome Cher shirt that I'm wearing that's got crap all over it. We actually went and saw Cher perform in Biloxi in early February, and so we made a weekend of it. We went to Biloxi and we stayed at a hotel there at the Scarlet Pearl, and when we got there we went and we gambled, and so we each had like $200 to gamble, and I don't like to lose my money, so I put in, you know, here and there I'll put in 10 bucks and I'll play, and if I, you know, get more than 10 bucks I'll cash out and then I'll go somewhere else, and that way I don't actually lose any money, but I'll leave with extra money that I get. So I was doing that, and then I went to one of the slot machines and I put in 10 bucks, and on the third pull I was betting the maximum, which was $2 a pull.
Sizzling sevens.
Sizzling sevens. And so on my third pull it hit the jackpot, and so I won $1,300 that night from playing that. So
You are a good luck charm, sir.
yeah, so needless to say, I cashed out, and Lily's out there. I cashed out, and that was it for me tonight.
I go get Lily.
And then the following night, we went and actually saw Cher at the Coliseum in Biloxi, and she put on a great show. It was super awesome. Her voice sounded great. You know, she's 70-something years old, so she's up there in age. So she really didn't move a whole lot. You know, she swayed back and forth or whatever, but the choreographed dancers, the dancers actually did most of the dancing. And, you know, whenever she went back for her costume changes, they played a whole song between her performances so she could do that because, I guess, because she's old, and so she has to take her time. So that was that night and that weekend, and it was a really good time. And that's the story from there. Okay, so now we're going to come back to this. So we're going to remove the bath bombs from the molds. So go ahead. We'll let you do yours first.
The Earth. I can already see the United States. Oh, it's
Oh,
perfect.
perfect.
Perfect mold.
So we're going to set it down on here. Hopefully it won't crumble.
The bubble wrap is a really good idea.
There you go.
I love that.
I know it is, Kaitlyn.
He's so intelligent.
I actually stole that from another YouTuber that I saw do
This
that.
one.
Oh, that one's beautiful too.
This is the one with the surprise in it. I
I'm not
can't
gonna
do it.
focus. So what she did with that one is it was green all on the outside, and then she poked a hole in the center of them and put blue in there. And so
it's got like a little cute
it'll
little
be like a
surprise.
surprise. Uh-oh, that's the one I did.
It's okay. Well, just pat it down if you see some cracks in it. No worries, you don't need to crumble it up and throw it away. Oh, your Earth looks pretty. It's really cute.
See, this is the little baby, teeny weeny baby one.
That's so cute.
It's so cute. This is the one I made. This is going to be the test one. All right, so now let's go ahead and just, we're just going to start pumping out. Turn it.
It's just oily.
Let me do it.
I told you it's oily. I did mine right. Apparently you didn't get the right memo.
Oh, shit. It's too dry.
So when your consistency gets too dry, just put a splash and then mix it up. And just split right there.
Just maybe let it sit for a minute.
Your brushes maybe stick together.
Thump it on top. Yeah.
Some people use spoons.
It's got a big crack right there. Thump it.
That kind of hurts.
Here, you.
That's why people use spoons. Okay, got it.
We're down to the last bit of the batch, and we'll be done. And once we're done with this, I'm going to show you what they look like. We're going to test one of them out, and then I want to show you Ripley, because Ripley is up and about. Ripley actually went into brumation a few months ago. It was in November. Ripley, my bearded dragon, went into brumation, which is basically like hibernation. And so he, you don't even pay attention to what she's doing. So he was asleep. He's been asleep since November, and
I wish I could sleep that long.
and now his eyes are open and he's moving back and forth from his hammock to the heat source, and that makes me very happy because it was kind of boring with him being asleep for so long. You know, I like seeing him move about and seeing him eat and all that stuff, which he wasn't doing until now. So as soon as we're done here, we're going to go say hey to Ripley, and then we're going to call it a day.
Oh, you want me to
We're
film?
going to do it, yeah, demonstrate it.
You're gonna edit it out anyway.
Everything, when you watch it, like, you're not going to be in it at all.
right. Like, was that an embarrassment?
Okay, here we go.
Like, you're gonna blur my face out. Like, I don't know who this bitch is. She showed my house and she asked for the help.
So we're going to go ahead.
Give me an
We're going to go ahead and demonstrate the the baby bath bomb. So Kaitlyn, will you do the honors? So that's the baby one. So we're going to toss it in the water and we're going to see what it does.
Ooh, look at it's bubbly. Oh, I love that.
It sank to the bottom.
I thought you wanted them to float on top.
I do want them to float
You were
on top.
experimenting with that.
Well, it sank straight to the bottom. I prefer I prefer them to float. Kaitlyn prefers them to sink.
It's based on preference.
So
it looks like SLSa.
But it is making a lot of foam, which I like. I like that.
I can't wait to try one at home so then we can see if
it smells really good.
we can see like how many does it take to fill up the bathtub to make it foamy in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Test it out.
And
Is it gone?
it feels moisturizing. You can feel the oil. Oh, look how foamy it is.
The water's turning a mermaid green. Like a beautiful mermaid, mystical green. Blue. I like that color.
I'm gonna crush it up here.
Oh, it's about to start seeping over.
Yeah, it's growing. Yeah, can you see the color? It's a really pretty blue in the top. So this is the leftover powder that we had. And I think what would be really cute is to name this like fairy dust or sunshine dust and bottle it and just throw it in your bath.
Pixie dust.
Or pixie dust. Pixie dust. Spoon it into your bathtub. Now we're just going to drop it in the...
Ooh, sprinkly.
It still has a pretty good reaction.
Oh, I love the colors, how they swirl. Look.
I'm going to do this one in here. I'm going to throw this one in here. It's just a half one just to see what it does. This one's floating.
Is it really?
Look at
Y'all, this foam is like an inch thick.
all this bubbly goodness.
It's an inch thick. We have to think though, because the bathtub was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
This is really good bubble bath.
Here is our batch of bath bombs that we made. There's one still in the mold. And Kaitlyn is playing in the bubbles. So, there's our ingredients. So let's go say hey to Ripley real quick. Hey Ripley, I'm glad to see you up and about. How are you doing today? He doesn't seem amused, but here he is. Here's his breakfast I prepared for him today. We were just coming by to say hey Ripley. We're gonna leave you alone now. I'll talk to you later. Alright, so that is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed making bath bombs with us, and I hope you enjoyed seeing Ripley. So we're going to make another video making soap, and that'll be uploaded after this video. But anyway, thanks for watching. Kaitlyn, thank you for joining me today.
Bye guys, it was a pleasure meeting you all.
We'll talk to you later.